Hi, I'm Treasure Mary Denise Jackson. Pro-life embryo transfer and its usage. The reason God and I made this video is to teach people about this option. No one cares to speak of it due to adoption and abortion, but it's an important one that saves unborn lives. This option allows a mother to have her baby taken from her womb and put into a surrogate mother.
How many weeks is an embryo at transfer? During the transfer, the doctor will migrate the embryo or embryos into the awaiting uterus. And at the conclusion of the transfer, the recipient is said to be 2 weeks plus the age of the embryo pregnant. If a 5-day blastocyst was transferred, the recipient will walk out of the clinic 2 weeks and 5 days pregnant.
How long does it take an embryo to implant after transfer? Implantation occurs when an embryo attaches to the wall of the uterus in the endometrial lining. In IVF, it occurs 6 to 10 days after the egg retrieval process, which is 1 to 5 days after the embryo transfer. This equates to days 20 to 24 of an ideal 28-day menstrual cycle.
What is the success rate of embryo transfer? Any patient, no matter the amount of time between embryo freezing and thawing, can expect nearly the same potential for success as they experienced with the fresh IVF cycle that the frozen embryos came from. Women 35 years and younger have over a 60% chance of pregnancy per transfer.
Should I transfer 2 embryos? With donor embryos that are tested normal chromosomes by PGS, transferring 2 embryos once results in a 70-75% pregnancy rate with a very high twins rate. Taking those same 2 embryos, transferred one at a time, results in an approximately 93% cumulative pregnancy rate with a much lower rate of complications.
What are the chances of IVF success with 2 embryos? The cumulative pregnancy rate per patient after transfer of fresh and frozen embryos was 47.3% in the 1 embryo transfer group and 58.6% in the 2 embryo transfer group. CONCLUSIONS. Our results indicate that among women who have good quality embryos in their first IVF, ICSI, good treatment results can be achieved.
What does this have to do with you? Let's say you need a surgery or you have an issue where childbirth could kill you. This has happened before, and doctors possibly used embryo transfer to place the child of the endangered mother into the child's grandmother. Ironically, the mother had cancer, but treatment would kill the baby she's tried so hard for so long to have. So her mom took the baby on.
It's a true story from a news report. A mother will do anything for her child, apparently. Another reason is for young mothers, rape victims, and a lot of children in foster care get raped and get pregnant as young as 9 years old. If we catch the pregnancy soon enough, we may be able to take that unborn child and take it to a willing surrogate. Once the baby is born, it can go to an adoptive family along with the mother, since the mother may have come from a troubled home. The child can also go to another family.
Usually you are put under anesthesia during exsection. The Mayo Clinic can help you with learning about exsections. Link in the description. The reason exsection may be better in the case of a young child pregnancy is that children's bodies cannot handle pregnancy or birth, as vaginal birth may result in death.
Child pregnancies may not even last, as a child's body can have a miscarriage. How does teenage pregnancy affect teen mothers? Teens are at a higher risk for pregnancy-related high blood pressure, preeclampsia, and its complications than average-age mothers. Risks for the baby include premature birth and low birth weight. Preeclampsia can also harm the kidneys or even be fatal for mother or baby.
Miscarriage risk factors for teens. Teenagers are at an even greater risk of miscarriage and complications from pregnancy than the average adult woman, with so many teens not knowing they're pregnant until much later in pregnancy, or not seeking prenatal care in order to keep the pregnancy a secret. Their risk factors become an even greater threat. These are the risk factors: age, especially for teens 15 and under; obesity, a growing problem among children of all ages; being underweight; sexually transmitted infections; substance abuse, including alcohol and tobacco use; lack of prenatal care.
Adolescents and older teens are also at greater risk for preeclampsia. a condition that usually develops in the second or third trimester and can cause stillbirth. Laughter can be extremely effective in alleviating sadness and depression during pregnancy. Studies have found that babies tend to develop better when they find their mother cheerful and happy. By laughing, you are not only boosting your emotional health, but also helping the baby develop in a better way.